Everyone remembers what's going on in Nashville, Tennessee, the shootings, and now we're seeing more and more information come out. We saw the video from security cameras, not to mention the body camera footage from the police officers who took the shooter down. Justice was served, but at the expense of 6 innocent people, 3 of them kids younger than 9 years old. But I think the real problem I have with this particular mass shooting, considering everything else that's happened, is how Republicans are referring to it. Now, I already told you about how Mary Jean Taylor Greene and others are treating this shooting as opposed to the other shootings in this country that have happened in the past and in recent memory. They didn't care about the past shootings, but now they do because the shooter happens to be transgendered. They didn't care about the shootings, the people who died actually they don't care about the people who died now. But now it's gone to a very new factor. Josh Hawley, senator from Missouri, who's never said anything about anything, who's actually shown nothing but disdain for the victims of mass shootings, now is trying to feign concern and outrage. Not because of the victims or the loss of life, as I said before, 3 of them being 9-year-old kids, but now Hawley's trying to feign outrage because it was a Christian school. Now, Hawley's drafted up resolution trying to open a federal hate crime investigation into the massacre in Nashville, all because it was targeting a Christian school. I don't remember Josh Hawley or anyone else in the Republican Party, but I'm just focusing on Hawley, asking for hate crimes investigations from the Department of Justice or anyone else into investigating possible hate crimes as a motive for mass shootings. And he's been around for many of them, especially the Charleston church shooting, in which a white supremacist and Donald Trump supporter wanted to start a race war, killing innocent people in a Bible study. I don't remember him saying anything like that. In fact, in 2021, he was the only senator to vote against a bill to combat hate crimes. So not only is Josh Hawley a liar and a coward, not only is he inhuman who doesn't care about the victims of mass shootings as long as they weren't white or Christian, he is a massive hypocrite. We have bona fide hate crimes. The shooting in that church I mentioned earlier, the Tree of Life Synagogue of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The dozens of of shooting crimes after Donald Trump himself referred to the COVID virus as the Wahoo virus, or the China virus, the way he says it, the China virus. I don't remember Senator Hawley or anyone else in the Republican Party asking for hate crimes investigations after those instances. Why did you not? And I'm going to continue to ask this question every time it is brought up. Why didn't you, Josh Hawley, as a United States Senator, as a man who claims he cares about victims of mass shootings in this country, why did you not ask for hate crimes investigations into those instances I mentioned and many more? What makes this situation any different than the ones I mentioned? Not to mention the church in Texas. Why wasn't that investigated as a hate crime? Josh Hawley is obviously a racist, a bigot, and quite honestly, this shows his hypocrisy. Asking the DOJ to ignore everything else, but to only focus on this for obvious reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe we need to investigate this as a possible hate crime, but the problem is this. We already have the facts. The shooter was a former student there. And those facts are going to continue to come out. But here's the thing. An investigation will be just window dressing. The shooter is dead. Dead. The case is pretty much closed at that point. Now, we'll discover his motives, reading his social media and all that stuff. However, the question still stands, Josh Hawley. Why did you not, as an American senator, ask for hate crimes investigations on the situations I mentioned? Is it because you don't care about those situations? Those shootings that have lost innocent lives? What makes them any more less deserving of attention from the Department of Justice, and this one situation, extremely tragic though it may be, deserve your full attention and the attention of the DOJ? It could be only one reason. Because the real reason is it feeds into your BS narrative that somehow Christianity is under attack. That this instance of a transgendered person, the evil transgenders are coming after us. Now they're coming after our churches. Christianity is not under attack. If anything, people who skewer and twist Christianity into a hammer instead of the doctrines of goodwill and faith it's supposed to represent are the ones doing the attacking, like you, Senator Hawley, like you, Mary Jean Taylor Greene, like you, Lauren Boebert, like so many Christians out there who twist our faith, the faith I believe in, into a hammer to say just because they don't live a certain way, they don't worship a certain way, they're evil, kill them. And that's exactly what we're seeing with the Christians with some Christians out there after this terrible shooting. A transgender murders 6 people. This is our chance to pounce. Instead of focusing on why this happened, how this happened, why 6 innocent people were murdered. All you want to focus on is making an example of the transgenders. Making this into a hate crime when you never called what happened in Charleston, South Carolina, in Pittsburgh, PA, and so many others around the country. You never mentioned those as hate crimes, Hawley. That's a disgrace. That's fucking hypocritical, and it's sick. In my view, you lame duck son of a bitch, you are the perfect example as to why Christianity is under attack. Because you twisted and contorted into a weapon to be used against people you don't like. So is too with the hate crime statute here. You had many instances of hate crimes in this country under your watch, including the 2 I mentioned. And yet, you didn't call those hate crimes? Why? I'm going to continue to ask that question of you, Hawley, and so many other Republicans out there until I get a damn answer. And I don't expect to get an answer because like you, Hawley, you're nothing more, they and you are nothing more than a bunch of cowards. Hiding behind the Bible instead of using it to bring the good news. You hide behind it to say, this person's evil, kill him. these people don't matter. They shouldn't get attention. And that's exactly what you did, Hawley. And don't think for 1 second we're going to forget. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.